Here we are. Good
Hi.
evening. Good evening,
Hey
everybody.
guys,
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Lina.
how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Fede, how are you doing?
I'm drinking water. I'm good. Yeah, fine.
That's
Or
Water,
vodka,
great.
really?
whatever. I don't know. Yeah.
Are you sure? Isn't it vodka?
No, it's water. I'm kidding.
Nice.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Lina?
Doing good actually. A little bit cold. Well, I mean, I'm guessing you guys also have even colder weather, but yeah,
Yeah.
aside from
Yeah.
that, super good. Right, you guys have where are you right now actually?
In the north of Italy, in Milan, near Milan.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
it's the coldest period of the year, I
Snowy,
guess.
right?
Yeah. And where are you?
Well, right now I'm in Paris actually, so we don't have
Oh, good.
snow, but it's super cold, still. But yeah, I just came back from Switzerland. If it's anything like where you guys are right now, then good luck with that. I love snow, but after a while, it's like, okay, now I'm ready for a nice spring.
Mhm.
Okay, okay. Well, actually, I love the cold weather, but I don't like when it's so wet. You know,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
like the dry cold weather. And right now here in Italy is a little bit wet, so I don't love it. But I love I love when it's more dry, and of course I like the snow. But anyway, first of all, thank you for accepting our invitation. It's such a
Yeah.
pleasure
You're
and
welcome.
an honor to have you with us
Oh.
this evening.
It's an honor to be invited, actually. I was super surprised when you guys sent me the message. So thank you.
Thank you, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I see that there is already some people here with us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
Hi,
let's.
Michael.
hey. Hey,
Hi,
Michael.
Heiko.
Amen. So, and then who do we have here, Fede?
Ibrahim, our friend Ibrahim. Hey, guys. Hi,
We say
Ibrahim. How are you?
Ibrahim, dude.
Ibrahim, right?
Ibrahim.
Ibra.
Okay, this is the
Thank you.
correct pronunciation. Why do you know it
Yeah.
so well?
I'm cheating. I'm Moroccan.
Ah, that's
That's
why.
nice.
Yeah, wait until
Okay.
we release a video with Sleeping Romance where we talk about the way to pronounce my real name because Lina Victoria is my stage name. Wait
Okay.
until you see the way they try to pronounce my real name, which is a Moroccan name. You're gonna laugh.
Fun. Okay. Okay. That seems right. Seem nice. Which video will it be?
It's a video just like we've been releasing some behind the scenes
Okay.
Mhm.
was recently where we talk about the auditions, how
Mhm.
I joined Sleeping Romance, how we work together. And this one actually will be the next one. Spoiler alert. It's going to be a fun video about how they tried to pronounce my surname.
Cool. Cool.
Cool, cool. Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, what? So
Yeah, I see that Michael is having a lot of snow.
we have here a lot of snow. Good for
Yeah.
you, Michael.
And
In Germany, yeah, that's not surprising.
Yeah. Also
also, let's say hello
to Vanessa Marika
That's
Engstrom, Lena's daughter, I think.
yeah.
Is
This one I can't help
that
you with.
pronunciation?
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. And love from a snowy Sweden. Hi, Vanessa. How are you? How are you?
Sweden. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, hello
You
also
also
to Heiko.
Iko Mab.
Heiko.
I don't know.
Mas.
Hi,
Mas.
Lina. Nice to see you again. Hi, guys. Hi, Nico. How are you? Also, Dax. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Hi, guys.
everybody.
And also Miguel Mendes from Portugal, who
Hi,
says
Miguel.
hello.
Miguel is
Is
already.
also, yeah, answering a
Yeah.
question says, what are your hopes for y- for this
This new
new
year.
year? Think.
I'm guessing.
I don't
You guys
know.
want to reply or I go first?
Yeah, I think we can reply together.
Yeah.
It's really simple for me to come back on the stage.
Me too. What about
Yeah, that's actually.
you, Lina?
I mean, yeah, I got this one obviously to come back on stage and to be able to tour. Obviously, because since I just joined Sleeping Romance, we're just waiting for the opportunity to tour and to promote the new music as well. But I'm also hoping in general for the borders to open freely because I haven't seen my family in a year.
Oh,
So, like, in more than a
wow.
year actually, because they're in
Oh,
Morocco. So yeah, that would be cool actually to be able to just go there and see them. So yeah, I'm hoping
Yeah.
for that too.
okay, okay. Oh, there is a nice question from Michael. How is your Moroccan name?
My Moroccan name, I'm not gonna try to spell it to you because you're gonna get lost. We're gonna arrive at the end of it. You're not gonna remember the beginning, but I'm just gonna say it. It's
Okay.
Bened
Okay.
Slem. Bened Slem.
Benebslem.
Yeah, you're actually
Yeah.
nailing it.
Wow, that's great.
It just has this weird, which is an Arab letter. It just doesn't
Okay,
exist in any other language, I believe. So
okay,
it's Bened Slem, so.
Benam Slam.
Yeah.
okay. As
Cool.
Hebrew said, you are pronouncing it correctly, but I think he was referring to his name.
Yeah,
Anyway,
obviously.
let's start with our question for you. If you are all right with this, is it
Yeah,
okay for you? Okay,
of course.
okay.
Tell me.
So,
Good.
here's the first question that we usually ask to our guest. When did you start singing and how?
All right. So my history with my starting singing is actually going in two phases because I've had this first period in my life when I was a kid where I would sing just to myself and I would think, actually it's okay. I like singing and I like what I'm hearing, but you're always like, yeah, what I'm hearing is not what other people hear. So sometimes you're terribly wrong about yourself when it comes to singing. In a good or a bad way. But yeah, so I was pretty shy about it, and I didn't dare really showing my singing in front of people. But one
Mhm.
day I was just singing in my room, and my aunt heard me singing because we had people over. For some reason, I don't know. It must have been like a party day or a holiday or something. So there
Mhm.
were people in the house, and my aunt heard me singing in my room, and she was like, "Oh, nice! I didn't know you could sing. You should come and sing in front of the family. They're gonna like it." I was like, "Are you sure? I've never sung in front of anybody. I don't know if I can do it." Blah blah blah. She was like, "No, no, no! It's really nice. You should come. You should sing. Come here." And I chose to sing a song by Britney Spears
Okay.
because it was a song that I was singing a lot by the time. So I started singing in front of all these people, and then I just lift my head, and let's just say I was 11
11.
at that time.
Okay.
I
Okay.
just lift my head, and then I see my dad and my mom laughing, and I was like, so hurt that because 11-year-old Lina thought they were laughing at me. Not because it was obviously, I think, cute to see your daughter sing in English a song of Britney Spears, which is, it's pretty ridiculous and it's funny on its own. But I just took it super, super bad. I thought, oh my God, they're laughing at me. I'm so ridiculous. How dare you, mom and dad? And then I just stopped singing and I
Okay.
ran away. I locked myself in my room and I was like, leave me alone, I'm never singing again. And I didn't sing in front of anybody for 6 years after
Okay.
that. And I really
Oh,
thought I sucked. I really, really thought I sucked. But then I was around, I don't know, 17, and I had started listening to metal music, Evanescence, Avenged Sevenfold, which is my favorite band. We can come to that later. But I started singing to a lot of bands that today still inspire me. And I was like, okay, actually, I do like singing along with them. I should try to do something with it. And I created my band with a friend of mine who was the guitarist. And we started singing and doing stuff together and writing songs, and we hired friends of ours in our band. And that's when I discovered not singing in front of people makes your voice kind of weak, because you're always trying not to make yourself heard. So the first rehearsals were hell. I was like, oh my God, I can only use my head voice. You know, the voice you use when you do, and in front of a microphone, that's not what you want with like huge guitars behind you. So that's when I started trying to develop my voice in a better way. Starting to train on Evanescence, because I thought my voice sounded a lot like Amy Lee's, which is not so true, because she's a mezzo and I'm a soprano, so it's really not the same, but I thought it sounded similar. So she was the first singer that I started to train on. And then, you know, came Nightwish and all the symphonic, or in general, female fronted metal bands, meaning just bands that have a female singer. But yeah, so this is how I started actually training on my singing. And I was 17, 18, around that period of time. Then I started screaming as well, because I discovered bands like Arch Enemy and In This Moment, which I still love. And I started thinking like, hell, they're doing this. It's amazing. I want to do the same, you know, like I want to do more stuff with my voice, not generic, but like, you know, you could hear a lot of girls singing in that operatic style, which is beautiful, but I wanted to do something different in addition. And yeah, I started trying to imitate Elisa. Well, it was Angela at the time, then Elisa, and Maria Brink as well. For In This Moment, and that's how I came to my current style, basically, like just developing from one singer and the other, and you know, mixing it all. Yeah, that's my story basically, and I'm guessing it took some time. It really took some time for me to trust myself around people and singing in front of people, and I'm pretty happy with the path, you know, where it led me, because I really did it on my own. And my parents, God bless them, they didn't have a clue that I was training on my singing, you know, all this time.
Okay. Yeah. So you kept singing along between the 11 years and the 17?
Well, yes, but I was not training, you know, I just kept singing because I thought this was like the way you do. And I never actually got singing lessons. Well, I started obviously like recently, well, like couple of years ago, I started having lessons because I thought it would help me actually improve now that I wanted to be like more visible and to actually do something with it. But before that, I had to learn by myself. So yeah, I've never had singing lessons before 2 years ago, even 1 year ago, actually. I should try to find the actual date, but it's fairly recent. But yeah, I was singing on my own, but that didn't mean I was actually training. I started to consciously train, when I was maybe 20, on like chest voice, head voice, techniques and stuff. Before that, I was just imitating and trying to understand what they were doing and how they were doing it. And if it hurts, I understood it was bad and it was not the right way to do it. So that's how I developed the various stuff that I do now, just imitating, trying to replicate what I heard in the right way with the right power, and that's it.
Awesome. You cleared completely my mind about any question that I would ask you further about how you learned to sing or started to sing, because usually I started asking also, did you take some lessons? Do you try to do something to explore your voice? But you already answered totally and completely about it, so that's awesome.
Sorry, because it was super intertwined, you know. Everything was linked.
Yeah, but that's great. Well, maybe the only question that I still have is how did you overcome the fear of singing in front of other people?
Yeah,
Since
that's a
you
good
had
one.
this kind of let's say trauma with your traumatic experience with your parents, not
Yeah.
easy in my opinion.
So yeah, the click was I I don't remember exactly who or how. I think it was, yeah, I just talked to a friend who was singing,
Mhm.
and she had told me that I should, if I wanted to, be able to sing without fear of judgment, then the hard way, yet also the easier way, is to create a YouTube channel and to publish my covers on it. Because I told her, like, the thing is, I like singing, but I'm scared, as you can't imagine how scared I am of people hearing me and judging me or laughing and be like, oh, huh, because it's super intimate, singing. And
Yeah.
she told me, you know what? You should create a YouTube channel. And if you like doing covers, if you like imitating, just do covers and imitate the singers that you like and put it online, because you're going to have the worst part of it, which is people don't giving a shit about hurting you, and they're gonna give it to you straight if you suck, basically. But at the same time, you don't know these people, so you're not gonna be scared that they're, judging you because they're close to you, or you don't care, basically, what they say. And so this is what I did. And I created my YouTube channel, and I started posting covers on it. They were really bad, at first, and listening to them now, they're not public anymore. Don't try to look for any anything, but they were bad. But I'm happy that I did, because people were not so mean in the end, weirdly
Mhm.
enough. And that helped me, overcome my fear of someone hearing me. I was like, okay, complete strangers are now hearing my voice. And if these strangers start being satisfied with what they're hearing, then my parents will probably be satisfied as well. So one thing led to another, and yeah, now I'm totally fine with it, because I've worked on it, and it's just my voice now. I know that I'm putting a lot of effort in it, so you can't always please everybody.
Of course.
So I'm just doing my thing. I'm just having fun with what I'm doing, and yeah, I guess this is like what helped me overcome it. Like, as long as I'm having fun now, I understood with YouTube that you can't always please everyone, and that you should just do you.
Great answer.
Yeah.
Great answers. Okay, cool. I see that there is a nice question from Andre, isn't it, Fede?
Let me check. Okay,
Here
thank
it
you,
is.
Simon. Oh, salam alaikum, right?
Assalamu alaikum.
Oh gosh,
That
salam
letter again.
alaikum.
But you
Uh,
were, no, it was close. It was really close.
oh, thank you,
Good job.
thank you. Okay, when did you start your career as an illustrator? Any new participation in a manga or comic? Are you helping Sleeping Romance also with your art skills in the new phase? In this new phase, sorry.
First of all, thank you for calling it a career, because I don't think it is yet. Maybe one day, but to be honest, it's not in my plans to make it a career. And I started when I was very little, because basically my grandmother died, and I was 9, and I was too overwhelmed with the people crying in the, the big place, in the big room where they, mourn and everything, and it was too much for me. So I just went in a room and I locked myself in, and I started drawing, because I had some mangas lying around that I had brought with me for the mourning period where we wanted to stay with my grandfather. And then I just started drawing to just avoid being with people who were super sad, and I was like feeling it too much. So drawing helped me overcome this period of time, and that's when I started drawing, like, all the time, basically, like all the time. If you don't see me eating or sleeping or singing, or like doing sports or whatever. Like these things are my main things. If you don't see me doing them, I'm probably drawing. Fede, when you were talking to me earlier, what was I doing?
Drawing.
Yes. Yesterday, when you were speaking to me, what was I doing?
Drawing.
Yes. So I pretty much do it all the time, and I started when I was 9 after this this event. And I had my idea of manga, because so this is for the next question. Any new participation in a manga or a comic? So manga, yes. I literally today finished my 4th book, my 4th manga. So it's gonna go to the publisher, and it should be out by February 24th. And
Mhm.
it's only the 4th one, and I have planned to release 11 because it's a saga. So it's a whole story, and I have like everything planned in my head. So yes, definitely the manga thing is still going on. I hope it will go on for a long time. When it comes to sleeping romance, I don't think for now we haven't talked about using my drawing skills. And honestly, I think there are people who are way better than me to work on like albums, artwork, like complex album artwork and everything. Because manga is my thing, but I'm not like good to draw everything. You know, some stuff I just can't draw. Like ask me to draw a cow, and it will look like a dog. So, you know. One thing or the other, I'd rather keep singing for now with Sleeping Romance. Yeah, and for now, this is the state of things. But for ABHCAN, actually, my French band, I did draw the artwork of our first album. So it's the girl with the boobs and reaching out, reaching out like at the top. And yes, this was. And thank you, Andre, for the question. It's a super nice one.
Yeah.
Great. Speaking about sleeping romance, there is a question also by Heiko.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if it is a tricky question because about also Federica, but I don't know what happened between Federica and the band. But here's the question: did you ever talk to Federica about the vibes in the band, or did you join the band with an open mind?
Completely open mind.
Open mind.
Really, like there is no. Yeah, I don't know Federica. So when the band approached me, well, they just talked about the audition, and I sent my email saying like, hey, this is who I am, hi, and this is what I've done so far. If you're interested, here I am. And when they contacted me, I obviously just asked, like why they separated. Turns out they wanted to do different things, and they wanted to work in different ways. So, all I wanted to see was by myself how things were with them, because I know that some people, you always have different ways of working with everybody. So everybody is not for everybody, and that's fine. So I wanted to see how they were with myself. I was not honestly interested in what happened before, except if they had killed her, which is not the case. No, it was super nice. Actually, I just joined with a super open mind. I got to know them first. We had a lot of conversations before I joined, and I wanted to really be sure that they liked me, and I liked them, and they obviously wanted to be sure that they liked me, and the feeling was mutual, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be here. But it really was just my own appreciation. I didn't want to be influenced by anything else, and yeah, it's working out perfectly, so I'm super happy.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to approach a band with who had a past. In my opinion, you just ask a few things, but the best way is to be as open-minded as you can.
Exactly, and it turns out it was a valid reason for both of the parties, so all good for me.
Great. Is a curiosity that Michael is asking, are you born in France?
No.
And where did you learn English so perfectly? We know that you are born in Morocco. Okay.
Yeah.
But where did you learn English so perfectly? It could be helpful also for us because we are not so good in talking in English.
Well, to be honest, No, you guys are fine. Stop saying that, dude. Like your English is great.
Yeah, yeah, just kidding. You know we're
And
Italian.
I'm, I'm not kidding. My English is really, really bad, but thank you.
if it was, you wouldn't be here. So stop being modest and
Okay.
humble and blah blah blah. But yeah, so Michael, first, thank you for the super quickly bit. So no, I was born in Morocco. I lived there until I was 20, and I moved to France when I was 20. And for my English, it's funny because I didn't live in the U.S. until I was 24. Yeah, 24. So I spent a few months in Boston. If anyone from Massachusetts is watching right now, hi. I miss your state. But before that, I have my dad and my grandparents from my dad's side to think about my English, because my dad wanted me to learn English very soon. So he put me through English classes very, very young. He was the only one, like I was that little girl who arrived in a class full of like big older people. They were just like 10 or 11 and I was 7 or 6. Because he always told me English is super important. You should learn English. It's gonna be like the language of tomorrow, and it's gonna help you so much, which he was absolutely right about.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this on one side. So I grew up with this in my mind, but also my grandparents are Americans because they lived there many years. So they're citizens of America now. And
Okay.
every time they came back to Morocco, they knew that I'm a huge fan of Harry Potter. So every time they brought me back these amazing, beautiful editions of Harry Potter in English,
Okay.
the originals then, and it was amazing books. So I would first read the French version when it came out, and every summer when they came back from the States, they would bring me the English version with them that I would reread, and this way I learned so many things in English, like vocabulary and everything. So that's where it comes from. And the accent, I'm guessing it's just because I grew up learning 2 languages at the same time,
Mhm.
Arabic and French. So you just grow up knowing that all the languages have their mechanisms in your mouth.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I like to just, fit in wherever I go. I like the game of where do you come from? And I'm like, guess. I'm guessing that's just me being silly about it. I just like to fit in and to adapt wherever I go, so that people feel okay with me being there.
Yeah, of course, of
Yeah,
course.
it's like how people sometimes trying to guess my age, you know.
What you been?
Don't do that to me. Now we're live. If I say something and you're you're offended,
No, no
I'm gonna.
problem.
I'm guessing, because yeah, honestly, when I didn't stalk you enough on Instagram,
Mhm.
but if I had stalked you, I would have had a better guess. But from here, I don't know. Now you said this, so I want to say like an older age, but I'm scared it's gonna be too old, and then you're gonna
Yeah.
be.
No, it's a compliment for him. The older, the best.
No, but the thing is, I feel like you gave me your influences in music, so that's already an indicator, and we must be around
Yeah.
the same age. We really must be around the same age. Maybe you're even like a bit younger than I am. I'd say
No.
20, 26, 27, 26,
What?
26, 26.
Are you sure?
Wild guess.
It's not 26.
It's a
It's
little
not
bit older. Yeah.
I'm a bit older.
a bit.
Hmm
29?
Yeah,
29.
but
Okay.
on May I will turn 30. So yeah,
Okay.
29.
29. Okay. So you're okay, you're still older than I am, but you have like almost the same influences. So I was in the right in the right
good.
area.
You guess it. Good.
Yay!
Well, anyway, let's not talk about Fede. Let's go back to our questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's more important.
Would you like to read it, Fede? The second one. Here it is.
Yeah. When did you decide to become a professional singer, and which was the spark that brought you to this decision?
Ooh. Well, again, before saying professional singer, let's wait that I make a living out of it.
Yeah.
But let's say the moment I decided that I wanted singing to be more than just a hobby, I guess there was the part where I decided I would love it to be, and there was the part that I decided to do everything in my power for it to be. And these two are very definite for me. So I was watching the very first time it came to my head that it was a possibility that it actually happens to people. It was when I was watching the live in the LBC, Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. I watched this live, so people who are following like my recent interventions or interviews in general know that Avenged Sevenfold is my favorite band ever. I grew up with them, and they're the ones who made me want to go into metal music. But this particular day was I was watching this DVD, and they also have another DVD that I watched right after the live in the LBC, and they are detailing every part of their career and how they started in like super small venues, how they got a super bad crowd in France as well at some point when they opened for Iron Maiden, and they decided to never go back to France after that, which sucks, but they did eventually. Thank God. And I finished watching all of this, and I was like, damn, these are real people, you know. They struggled, and they're not just born famous, you know, and and they are actual real people who started from scratch and who fought for their dreams. I want to do that. I want to live that. This is amazing, and this is not just me fantasizing about it. I actually want to do this. And I think when I saw this, I was like 16 or 17, and I really decided on that day that I wanted to do something towards it, not really believing it would happen to me, but believing it can happen to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I had the same feeling actually, and this is the tricky part of this question. You just answered in a perfect way because first of all you said let's wait for when it will become a living for me,
Yeah.
But it's, in our opinion, it's not about living out of music, but
Yeah.
it's about the way you think about your approach to music and your attitude. And for me, it started in exactly in the same way. I watched my favorite bands, my favorite musician. I thought this is real people, and they did it. So why can I do that?
Not me. Yeah. What is your favorite band?
Well, when I was a kid, when I was 14 and 15, my mainly inspiration were Metallica and Dream Theater. And especially Dream Theater brought to me that spark.
Okay.
Mike Portnoy.
You would get along with my bandmates and friends. ABHCAN. It's their main inspiration when they write songs. Metallica and Dream Theater.
Yeah. There's
good to know.
Great musicians and also great, characters. They're really cool. And for me, it was Mike Portnoy. But let's go on with your answer.
The Click.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And well, honestly, again, it's not like I'm not saying professional as in either you make a living out of it or you're not a professional. Of course not. It's like you said,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
mindset, and yeah, the way you approach your singing, and the place you give it to your life. So definitely this is something that I want to do now. But yeah, I'm guessing the second part where I decided I wanted to be more than just a project in my actual reality is after we released the first album with ABHCAN, because I realized people were responding well to it, and we're not like super famous or anything. A handful of people know what we're doing, have been following us live and all. But this gave me the certainty that I wanted to be able someday to do this for a living. Whether it's in 5 years or 20 years, I'll just wait as long as it happens, at some point. But yeah, that's
Okay.
basically how it happened.
Okay, cool. So you talked about Avenged Sevenfold, but also you talked about Evanescence, Emily, and Nightwish. So I guess these are the main influences, but let's go deeper in it. So which are the albums and the bands that have influenced you the most during your musical growth?
Woo! um, so obviously Avenged Sevenfold, everything they release for me, it's gold. To be honest, I'm really not like, I'm a fangirl. I'm just a fangirl for everything they do because their melodies, they're like, yeah. But the very first album that brought them to my attention was City of Evil.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's my favorite because I think my favorite is Nightmare, that they recorded actually with Mike Portnoy from Dream Theater. But it's definitely the band that left a mark on me and on my way of writing songs and thinking about songs as well. What I want in songs, like this meeting between like aggressivity, but also melody and depth and progressive songs as well. Like they don't, when they finish, sometimes like songs like MIA, the songs finish and you're not you don't even remember how it started because it sounds like a whole different song, and I think that's amazing because it's like a story. So this is also something that I love. So Avenged Sevenfold, for this part, all of their albums, to be honest, from the first one, Sounding the Seventh Trumpet, it's so hard to say,
Yeah.
Sounding the Seventh Trumpet, to their very last one. I love them all for different reasons. And I think they've improved their sounds as well. They've been growing up. So that's amazing also to see that they've been evolving. For Evanescence, it's more the singer in general. I'm not a huge fan of the style. I respect what they do, and geez, they're amazing. It's just not my style. But I respect the singer, and I love her voice and what she can do. Like it's like bubblegum, like she just can do whatever she wants with it, and it's amazing. And for other albums that might have touched me, Nightwish, I definitely like Imaginarium part because it's super melodic, and I think people don't give credits to Annette enough, because I personally prefer her timbre to Tarja because I think she has another type of singing that is more modern. Again, not saying Tarja is a bad singer, far from me to say this. On the contrary, she's amazing. But I think Annette brought a sort of modern song that Nightwish would never have had with Tarja alone. And Floor is obviously like the meaning of them all, the combination of everything and everyone, and she's making it. She's taken it to a whole other level, almost progressive now with their last album. So Floor Jansen is definitely one of my main models. But my favorite album from Nightwish is Imaginarium, definitely. And yeah, for other influences, albums that I loved, what's the album that the second, I think, second, the one album with Arch Enemy, where there is The Eagle Flies Alone. Which one is that?
What?
I can't remember, but whatever. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But a lot of songs from Arch Enemy I love Elisa's charisma. I love the way she acts on stage. Like she has this, strong, powerful presence, and I really, really like it as well. Other albums.
Well, Britney Spears.
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't been listening to Britney Spears for a long, long time now. No, but she has great stuff too. It's just not what I would listen to.
Yeah,
That's it. But yeah, for other albums, I love In This Moment again. For their music, it's funny because they change a lot and it's been more like conceptual these days. Even on stage, they tend to have a lot of like stuff happening on stage. It's
Yeah.
really more. Now it's more it's a performance, not only vocal performance, but they're really acting, they're setting the stage. It's really like a theater, what they're doing now. And again, I think it's amazing. It's just not necessarily my jam, but I love what they're doing. I love the screaming, the fry technique that she uses. Like she can also almost make notes at the same time. So this is something I've been training a lot to do as well, because I think it's beautiful and it adds a lot of power. Yeah, these are the main things. And maybe for the attitude, Hailstorm. I love. Yes, I love the Hailstorm guys. It's funny because they're not my type of music to begin with. I mean, they're not my main type of music. I love hard rock the way they do it, like aggressive hard rock, borderline metal. But I really started to appreciate them more when I met the guys, because they're amazing and they're really reminding me how it is to stay humble throughout whatever success you may have, just to stay down to earth and to stay yourself. And they really inspired me, and they've also been like a kick in the ass for me, to go to the next level and to write more songs and to get my voice out there as well and to really fight for it.
How did you meet
meeting them was really, really an important part of my last 2 years. Yeah.
How did you meet them?
It's a funny story. I just first I just went to one of their shows as a VIP. They had a meet and greet VIP ticket that I bought, like the random fan that I was. And I just got to speak with them on the meet and greet, and we talked, and they asked me like, oh, where do you come from? We're in America. I was like, no, not America. Well, just the accent again. Haha. Fool them. And we just kept in touch after that on social media, and from then, I don't know, I just guess they liked me. We got along, and they invited me back to Rock im Park in Nuremberg, because I used to live in Nuremberg actually. So they knew that I was there, so they invited me, and we hung out like after they had their show. That's also when I met Elisa. That's when I met some other bands that I really liked at that time. And basically, whenever they come, for example, they came to Paris, we hang out. They're super down to earth guys. They're amazing guys. They're not just great musicians, but they're also kind people and really inspiring people. They deserve their success. Like this is what I can tell about them. They deserve their success.
Oh, that's awesome. It's really, you're lucky.
I am. Yes.
That's a really.
I got lucky.
That's a really great inspiration, to be around with that people.
Yeah,
it can help you a lot.
You see them like on stage, and then you're just hanging out in a super normal restaurant, drinking a super normal beer, and you just see them, and they're like anyone else, as in. They don't act like all we're better than you. Like not at all. They're super down to earth. And this is also, I'm guessing, what success is about. Being successful is also like not forgetting where you come from. And you're not always this huge giant thingy. So like don't be a dick to your fans. Don't be a dick to anyone, because it gets back to you at some point. I strongly believe that it gets back. And Hailstorm guys taught me this
That's great. That's great. We had probably the same feeling when we hanged out with Angra when we were on tour with Angra and
Yeah.
Jeff Tate.
Mhm.
They were actually super humble and well, a lot of people told me that the more somebody is famous and probably the more he or she is humble.
Probably,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, that's a reason behind it.
Mm.
I think because also the more they are humble, the more they are struggling to better themselves and
Yes. And
to
to
yeah to
work to
work,
get better. I completely agree on that.
and that's that's how they did it, and that's the reason why they are so inspirational
Yeah,
because
probably. Yes, you can
they're
feel it, you know.
they are living teachings,
Mm,
living
exactly.
lessons. Yeah.
And yeah,
Okay.
this is why I included them in here because they're part of my musical growth in more than one way because they reminded me of some stuff and they pushed me in the right direction as well. They were super encouraging as well. Like I asked them a bunch of stuff regarding my band and the music that we were doing, etc. And they were really nice about it.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. See, there is a lot of comments here, Fede.
Yeah,
Let's
Woo!
yeah,
read
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Okay.
We have Greg Spradlin who says, "Hey everyone, saying hi."
Hi,
Hi, Greg.
you.
Hey there,
We
man.
also have we have also comment from Philip Eckenberger, I think.
Hi,
Hey,
Philip.
Lina,
That's a
Victoria,
friend.
hugs and kisses.
That's a very good friend.
Hey, Philip,
Hi, Philip. We have also Junardis who
our dear
says,
friend.
hello again from Colorado Springs, USA. Hi,
Nice.
man.
All right.
How are you? How are
Hi,
you?
Joe.
And we have another interesting question from Mikael Müller who says, do you like also growing and screaming?
Yeah, so I don't growl very well, but I like to do it. Yes. So the question is if I like it. Yes, I do. I do. But I just don't. In my opinion, I don't do it that well, so I avoid doing it too much. But I'm training on it. I'm working on it. And yes, screaming. I have the fry technique that I'm using in my French
Mhm.
band mainly, and that we are going to use in the next album of Sleeping Romance. Spoiler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
No spoiler.
Yeah. So you'll see the extent of the use of it, but it's definitely going to be present. Yeah. So I do like growling and screaming. I just do screaming better.
Okay,
And
great.
also, we have a comment from our friend Matthew Lee Anson who says,
Hey,
hi
man.
everyone, hi Lina. Hey
Hi,
Matthew,
Matthew. Matthew
how
Lee
are you,
Hansen.
man? Yeah,
What's up?
what's
Okay.
up, Matthew?
Speaking about Sleeping Romance, when and how did you join Sleeping Romance, and what are the story and the concept behind the project?
All right. So basically, Sleeping Romance was looking for a singer during the very first big lockdown that there was. And I don't even remember how I saw the audition. I just remember it was on Facebook, but I don't remember how. Like, was it on their page? Was it on a friend's page? Someone talking about it? I have no freaking idea. I just remember seeing it and I was like, huh. Why not? Why not try actually? And not even 1 second did I actually believe it would happen. Because I was like, I have my French band in France. I'm
Okay.
already totally fine with it. And I figured it was already a lot of work. Full-time job also in Paris. So I was like, dude, if you do this, you're crazy. You're not gonna sleep anymore. And I thought, you know what, just do it and you'll think later. If it's something that you're passionate about, you'll find the time for it, and it will make you revise your priorities, basically. So I sent an email. I explained my singing history so far. I sent my artistic resume, and they contacted me a few days later. They asked me to record something on one of their songs, which was My Temptation, and they checked how it sounded and everything. And again, I was like, okay, no, this is an accident. They contacted me because they think I'm good, but they will see their mistake soon. But then they recontacted me again, telling me that they liked my rendition of My Temptation, and they asked me to have a sort of recording session, like together through Skype, on a new song, to see how we work together, how I take criticism, how we communicate basically together. They really wanted to see like the whole thing. This is why I didn't need to know anybody's version before I joined them, because we had so many talks before I joined that honestly it wouldn't have made a bit of a difference, because I saw how we were speaking. We spent hours recording and everything and trying stuff. They tested me like very, very gently, very nicely, like trying to see if I could do this, if I could do that. Also seeing if we could get along well, and turns out we had a lot of fun. So this all took 2 months, I think, in total.
Okay.
We had a few Skype chats with the other guys as well to see if we would get along with the other guys. Turns out we did. And at some point, I think it was beginning of July, they told me that mid-July, beginning of July, they told me that I was in, and that was obviously the highlight of my 2020.
Of course.
Yeah. And then was the problem of how do we meet to properly seal the deal.
Yeah.
And to start also recording some stuff, because turns out I have my recording material here, like my microphones and everything, they're here, but nothing beats a studio, so with a real sound engineer that can do everything perfectly in this case. So we waited until the end of the lockdown, and we used that little window, between the two lockdowns in October. I went to Bergamo, which is where they are.
Oh.
My hometown.
It's your hometown, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, they're gonna be, well, if you guys sleeping roommates are watching this, get to the guy.
Absolutely.
You guys should have a drink. But so it was my first time in Bergamo, in this part of Italy, because I had been in Venezia before, but it was just like as a tourist for a few days. But this was my real time in a complete immersion in an actual Italian city with actual Italian people, and oh, so Italian, I tell you. So it was a great experience. We met. It was like we had known each other for so long already. We already had private jokes because we had spent hours recording on Skype. We had running jokes as well. We knew what we were talking about when we were referring to shows, Netflix shows. Like with Marco, we knew that we would both watch The Office, for example. Mattia and I, we love mangas, so we have the same references. We have the same, one of my favorite mangas is also one of his favorite mangas. So, we clicked really quickly. And Francesco Zanarelli, I think that's the way you pronounce it. Francesco was going out of his way to speak English with me, which I thought was super cute, because he's that very muscular, handsome guy who doesn't speak, and when he speaks Italian because sexy language. And no, I'm kidding, of course, but he doesn't speak English a lot, but he still spoke a lot with me, and I thought it was super cute as well. And obviously Federico, who was the person who was my advocate from the beginning, who wanted me to join. He was super nice, but also very demanding in a great way during the recording sessions, because he had his idea of what he wanted. He's the one who's writing the songs behind the ideas. I know this is another question, so I'm not going to develop this now. um, but
You
but yeah, so
you
this is.
you can join the other questions.
I'll wait.
Yeah.
I'll wait, because this is another topic. It's gonna be
Okay,
way
okay,
too long.
no problem. If you want to link them, that's not a problem for us.
I'll wait for the actual question. But yeah, this is how it happened. So 2 months we talked. They made their decisions. Then we met in October. We announced in September. Sorry, we announced it in October once we had like the pictures ready, the videos, all the material ready. Yeah, and now we're still working on the demos for the album. We're in a very advanced stage now, and it's going great. I'm super happy so far.
Cool,
Great.
cool.
Cool.
So the next question is, what's the songwriting of the band, and how do you usually come up with ideas?
All right. So for the band, for Sleeping Romance, Federico is the
The
artist.
mastermind.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't. I mean, yeah, we say mastermind, but we've never used actually that word. We just say that he's the spirit behind the ideas,
Okay.
the concepts of Sleeping Romance. Yeah, he's the one who imagines the whole story, who tells us what he wants to say, and what he wants the songs to talk about individually. And he sends it to us, and we discuss. Obviously, we can always like change some stuff, bring in new ideas, etc., etc. So yeah, he basically comes up with the raw material. If need be, we change parts, like for the vocals, for example. Mattia and I work on the lyrics together.
Okay.
Um, and Mattia is an amazing English narrator, so he always has like great ways to express things. So I'm super happy to work with him, to be honest, because with my French band I work alone on the lyrics, but in here I have Mattia bringing a lot of ideas, so it's super great. And once we have the lyrics ready, we show it to Federico. We try it on the actual song during the recording sessions, for now Skype. And we change stuff if needs be. If it's like too complicated to sing, or like it's not sounding nice, we just twist it a little
Okay.
until we find something beautiful and meaningful as well. Yeah, and then we have our cake ready.
Cool, cool. And where do you take inspiration for your lyrics?
Um, what we are living, to be honest, we pour our soul into the lyrics, to be honest. Um, we have, yeah, I think we have a great chemistry with Mattia. Also, the way we write the lyrics together, it's funny because we complete each other's sentences. Like when we are not agreeing on a word, we're like, yeah, something more like, and then he will say something that was exactly my thought, but he expressed it. So it's amazing. And yeah, we pour a lot of our feelings in the songs, and we really try to put ourselves in the mindsets when we write.
Okay, okay. Nice. So, if you are going to come back to Bergamo, just tell us and I will join you.
Well, now I will definitely tell you. Yes. Whoa, so many people coming from Bergamo.
Yeah, it's a cool city.
Yeah, apparently. But it was beautiful. It was beautiful when I went there, like the mountains and everything. I had no idea this existed. Like
Have you been
I've been living.
at the ancient part of the city, the Aigas town?
We didn't have time to go there actually, because I went there for
Oh,
a short
that's a
time
pity.
and I was so tired. Like I woke up at 4:30 to get my plane. In the morning I was
Wow.
supposed to leave Paris. Yes, because the plane was leaving very early, and we had not so much time to do a lot. So we would start from 8:30 in the morning until 8 in the afternoon or in the evening, actually. Sometimes even later. During 3 days. So yeah, our breaks were just to eat, and they actually made so much effort to bring me to nice places to eat. I thought it was so cute. They really wanted me to have the full experience in such little time, but I was sleeping like on my table, after dinner. I was like, can we go back? I didn't get
Well,
the time to go up, but we will.
well, next time, just tell me. I will show you the best part of the city.
Yes.
I really know it very well, so I can help you. Also, in
Nice.
finding the best place to eat something. So
Yes, please. Thanks.
I
Amazing.
will,
Yeah,
I will
let's
be
do
your trip advisor.
that. My Italian trip advisor. Perfect. Awesome.
There is a question here from Michael. Let's see if it.
Yeah, of course. And he says, could you imagine to sing not only in English, but also in French, Italian, or in Moroccan?
Hmm.
That's a tricky question.
Yeah. Moroccan, honestly, why not? I mean, Arabic, because
Mhm.
the actual Arab Moroccan, like Moroccan Arabic, sorry, is not so melodic, I would say. It has a lot of and like very harsh sounding.
Mhm.
But classical Arabic, yes, definitely, it's a very melodic, I don't know, language. So why not? Yeah. Italian, it's also a very melodic language. So why not? French, well, nah, I don't think so. It's my native language, but it's my native language with Moroccan as well. But I don't think these two are melodious, and I don't really like what I sound like when I sing in French. So
Mhm.
so not necessarily, but I know some metal French bands
Mhm.
um, who are actually making it work, and I think it's amazing. And like there's this band called Calice, and they're a new band, and they just released a single actually, and I'm always amazed when I hear someone singing in French and making it sound nice, because to me it's not a singing language. Some languages are, but not French. So yeah, I could imagine myself singing in Arabic, Italian as well, but not French or Moroccan Arabic.
Okay,
Okay.
that's
And
weird
Michael,
because
you have very, very on point questions. Good for you.
well, just out of curiosity, how many languages do you know?
So I can speak natively French and Arabic, and English. I'm guessing almost native. I learned Spanish.
Yes. Hmm.
Sorry.
I say yes, of
Uh,
course.
I learned Spanish at school, and I practiced for a while, but I haven't been to Spain for a while. So now I guess I can hold on a conversation, but I wouldn't go too deep.
Mhm.
But I can, yeah, I guess I can manage Spanish. I've lived in Germany for a while, but I'm not nearly as good as I should be. So I'd say I have notions. I can say a few stuff. And I'm starting to understand a little bit of Italian, but don't ask me to speak it yet.
No
No
problem.
problem.
But yeah, so these are the languages that are work in progress, let's say, because languages are constantly, working and improving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
yeah.
see that Joe Nardis, our dear friend from USA, says that your English is great. So
I
I
think
think
it's
Oh,
perfect.
it's
thanks,
quite
Joe.
it's quite
Perfect.
native.
Thank you.
Okay, I think Fede, it's time to share with our friend some links about
Yeah, why not?
the work from Lina and Sleeping Romance and all of her projects. So
Of
let's do it,
course.
Fede.
Here's the links for Lina. You can check
Okay.
all the links below.
Yeah.
If
Her Facebook page, her Instagram page, and also her YouTube channel. And also there is the Patreon page, right, Lena?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you can support her. And also the links from Sleeping Romance, the Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, what else? YouTube channel, and also the website. You can check it, all the links. And we know you are lazy guys, so don't worry. All the links will be displayed below after the live chat ends in the copy, so you can check all the links and follow Lina and Sleepy Romance.
yeah, listen to the banner, guys. Here it is. Okay.
I'm
That's
the banner
perfect.
guy.
Yeah, you're the banner guy.
I like this nickname.
Yeah.
Oh,
Banner guy.
I
Yeah.
just forgot. Sorry, I just forgot the ABHCAN links also.
Yeah, because these are the side projects. So we're going to talk about that later.
Yeah, yeah.
Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are
Okay.
always right, man.
So anyway, is another question is about live performances. Do you remember your first live performance, and what was your best live performance ever?
My first live performance. Yes, so I think I remember like the first real live performance. And it was not with a metal band. It was in a musical, actually. So it was in front of 600 people. So way to start.
Wow.
600 people, yeah. And I was playing Penelope in, Ulysses.
Yeah.
So I was playing Penelope, so Ulysses' wife, waiting for him during his adventure in Ithaca. I don't know what it is in.
Ithaca, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is in English, but yeah. So I was like playing his wife and waiting with all like the people wanting to marry me because I'm the queen and blah blah blah. And I had to sing a Christina Aguilera song, "Hurt."
Oh, awesome.
Wow.
And that was like this year. It was 4 months preparation actually for this whole thing. And this was actually the first time I realized, shit, you need to actually now work on your technique and your voice, because you don't just sing Christina Aguilera like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, that was my very first real life performance, I'd say, and it was 2 nights in a row, each time in front of around 600 people, if I remember correctly, because it was in a big venue in Reims in France. Yeah, and it was a very very nice venue, to be honest. Like, again, way to start. I wouldn't imagine today playing directly with one of my bands in a room full of 600 people, directly. So it was great. And my best live date so far, I'd say it was exactly 1 year ago, actually, because yes, we had 2 shows in 2020 with my French band. 2. So one of them was with, and it's the best live show that I've had so far. It was with Attraction Theory and Elfica. So these are 2 French bands as well. So we had a show in a great venue actually in Paris last year, and it was amazing. It was, I think, the best venue we had played in so far with my French band. So we were super excited, and everything went so perfectly. The girls from the singers from the other bands were super nice. We get along super well, and all the musicians were great. And I will really remember remember this live show as so far the best one. It got, of course, the most coverage as well because it was in a big venue with the Attraction Theory, that is with Constance Hamlan and Didier Chenot. I don't think you know them, but actually they're amazing musicians.
Mhm.
And yeah, we had a great time with them, and I will always remember this live show. The ambience was great. The people were amazing, like in the crowd. I will always remember this. And the second show we had in 2020, just very quickly, was with Alia Tempora and Erjebet. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it correctly, but Alia Tempora and Erjebet. And it was in March. It was a few days before the lockdown. I think it was
Okay.
mid March, and like 2 days after, they announced that there was going to be a lockdown. 4 days after that, or something like that. It was a matter of
Okay.
days. So.
Okay. Is an outside question about the live shows and let's say tour life. Do you have any funny story or funny memory about your live shows?
Let me check. Funny? Well, funny usually means like ridiculous or
Yeah,
Yeah.
something that happened that weird stuff that you can recall.
No.
I was
Maybe.
I was lucky enough to not have any story, like not bad story, but to have nothing ridiculous happening to me yet. I'm still waiting for that moment. I'm gonna fall off the stage. When it happens, I will know that I've had enough stages for this to happen to me. But yeah, for now, nothing funny. I just had the very first fan offering me flowers for the first time uh,
Okay.
last
Wow.
year, and I was like, "Whoa, okay, so I'm there now." And it's always a special feeling, when you receive your first ever fan recognition. So it was from Laurent. By the way, thank you if you're watching this. He's a great dedicated fan, and he's very encouraging with metal bands in general in France, and that's amazing. He's how you guys have been saying that Michael he's a great fan of yours, and you really appreciate him. For my band, it's the same.
Okay.
So yeah, and this is not necessarily a funny moment, but it was a very unforgettable moment, and I still
Yeah,
have the
yeah,
flowers. By the way,
yeah,
the
yeah,
flowers were dried flowers, and so they still smell amazing, and I could keep them, which is a great part.
yeah. That doesn't happen so often, so
Yeah,
it's pretty nice. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
unusual.
It's nice.
Yeah, yeah. It's a question from Michael. Did you ever have a live performance in Germany?
Not yet. I wish I could. I lived in Germany for 2 years and a half, interrupted, but 2 years and a half in total. And I wish I could play in Germany at some point. But I believe we have some, if everything goes well, we should tour there with Sleeping Romance at some point in 2021, if everything goes well. But I really want to play there in Nuremberg mainly because that's my city of hearts.
That's great. And speaking about Sleeping Romance again, what are the plans for you and Sleeping Romance in the future?
So the obvious plans are to release an album.
Okay.
So we are working on that, but we don't want to release it before having everything set, which means, among other things, knowing when we will be able to promote it because we need to tour.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
obviously. So these are the current plans. We're working on it, and we have a lot of content actually waiting to be shared. It's coming. It's not gonna take as long as the album because it's the content we have is not depending on touring or not touring. It's just for people to know more what we're up to. So it should be soon. So yeah, we'll see when the album comes out, but it's definitely on the way, and the songs are ready.
Okay. Great.
Good.
Great. And well, we showed a few minutes ago your side project. So let's
The
talk
mistake.
about side projects. Do you have any
Sure.
side projects beside the Sleeping Romance?
Yes, so I wouldn't call it side project as much as another project because it's been
Okay.
here for a while now, and let's just say that for now it's taking me, let's say, a fewer amount of time, a smaller amount of
Okay.
time, sorry, than Sleeping Romance at the time being. So in this case, yeah, it's kind of a side project, but is it's as important for me, obviously.
Yeah.
It's ABHCAN, so it's a French band. The fun thing is we already have some. We have an album available either physically if you want to order it, or on Spotify and all digital streaming platforms. So if people are curious, it's actually a fun way to see what you might expect with Sleeping Romance from my voice. But don't let yourself fall for it because I'm really not singing the same way and the same mode with both bands. Because with ABCAN we have a very heavy metal, heavy melodic metal style. The influences are more like Metallica, Iron Maiden, in this moment sometimes as well.
Okay.
Dream theater, a lot of dream theater. The progressive style, long songs. You know the deal. So yes,
Yeah.
this is very, very different from what we do with Sleeping Romance, and this is also why I'm super happy to be in both these bands because the French band doesn't take me as much time for now, which is great, and we have more. We have more. We're independent, so we have more time. We're more chill as to what we do, and with Sleeping Romance, it's more like the challenge. The challenge and the big the big deal. So
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So let's show Fede here
Yeah.
properly right now the right link for ABCAN. So if you are wondering how is the way of singing in ABCAN, the other
Yeah.
project, and let's not say side project, the other project from Lina, let's check it out.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm sending the CDs myself, by the way. So if someone wants to order it, I'll be signing a little something.
So don't miss that chance, guys. Okay. There is a question
I come.
in
Yeah.
French. I cannot read it because I don't know the language. I don't know
Uh,
if you can for
I
us,
can.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, hi Lina, comment vas-tu? On veut entendre un petit extrait de ton prochain album. So it's someone. So hi, it's
Hi.
Na
Hi.
asking how I'm doing. So I'm fine, thank you. And he said we want to hear a small extract of your next album. That's not gonna be possible, I'm afraid. I'm so sorry, but I
Secret.
swear to you it exists. It's here somewhere. But we can't share it right now for, well, like legal obvious label reasons. We can't just like share anything for now, but I swear to you we are trying to make it ready for as soon as possible, whenever that is. I we're all in the dark, actually, the three of us here, right, guys? We're all in the dark, so I don't know when it's going to be possible for us to release something new. But it's ready, and I can assure you that you're gonna love it.
Okay,
And I'm
so
sorry.
guys, if you want to be updated about anything, I still remember you to check out anything from Sleeping Romance and Lina on their social media links and pages. And of course, as you may know, we just made a Spotify playlist with all of our guests. And of course, we will manage to add the songs from Sleeping Romance with Lina and from ABCAN also. And so you can check out what she's doing, what she's done, and as soon as you will release the new album, we will add a song from it, so you can check out the new mix with Sleeping Roman sound and Lina's voice. So be prepared for that.
It's gonna be fun. But I actually have a question for you guys now.
Okay?
Really?
Um,
Okay.
No, it's just because I've been listening to your last album, 100.
Mhm.
And as I already told Fede, but I want also to discuss it with you, Simon,
Yeah.
if you're up for it. I just noticed like so many various influences.
Mhm.
And I just wanted to know, well, obviously yours as well, but yeah, in general, all the influences, because I noticed a lot of, as I told him, Ginger, Destiny Potato, and Avenged Sevenfold, Bullet for My Valentine. So it's funny because it like, you know, all these influences made it super hard to categorize it, but that's not what you want anyway. Like, I just don't like it when people try to categorize the band in one box, because like, why the hell wouldn't you be able to do different stuff if that's what you like? And I just wanted to know first, do you like the idea that we can't categorize you, or is it on the contrary disappointing because you were trying to go somewhere? Or and what are the other big influences that you had for this album? Because I know that with Sleeping Romance we have some influences coming, among them Le Proust, for example. Um, and I know that we all like Destiny Potato, just saying. But I wanted to see also like what were your influences in general.
Well, first of all, in my opinion, it's better to not be categorized. It's a nice thing because the less you can be categorized, the more you are original, in my opinion. It's better also to be very recognizable. Is that the
Yeah,
right word? Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
recognizable.
Recognizable. Okay. And so I like it. And about
Good.
influences, well, we all have so many different influences in the band, and we all bring our contribution to the writing process. Uh, for me, I had a lot of influences, of course, from Metallica and Dream Theater, but that was about my musical growth. Lately, I was listening to totally different stuff, more ambient stuff or melodic stuff, but also stuff without drums.
Oh,
Also,
okay.
yeah. Although I'm a drummer, I love to listen to things without drums because
It
you know
sounds
I
better.
it's more relaxing, it's more calming, and I already played the drums, so sometimes I wanted to get
Yeah, you
some,
want to chill.
yeah, to chill and to get some inspiration from something different, and also to listen to melodies because I want to get into the music, supporting the melody, so I want to take a better care to the melody. So sometimes I listen to, something like Ludovico Einaudi on some acoustic stuff. I just uh, play a Spotify playlist, acoustic playlist, also pop music, ambient music, sound scores. I love Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer is one of my
Yeah.
favorite compositor, and yeah, I'm also inspired from band like Linkin Park.
Mm-hmm.
Linkin
New
Park is,
metal, okay.
yeah, is a bit inspiration. Is a big inspiration for me. I'm recalling the band that I usually listen to when I'm running. Well,
Oh, you
Foo
run.
Fighters. Sometimes, yeah, I have a personal running playlist.
Do you
Foo
have
Fighters.
Adidas Running?
No,
Okay,
no.
I'll add you. I'll add you, and we can cheer each other up when we run. Because I also have my playlist on Spotify as well to run at the same tempo, so that I can stay like in a steady pace.
Yeah.
So I have my selected playlist with metal and rock songs that all have the same tempo, basically.
Okay. I think that's helpful.
Yes, it is. I can send you it's a Spotify playlist, and it's 165 BPM.
Hmm.
So it's pretty fast, but not too fast. It's
Yeah.
like Paramore, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's it's there are a lot of different songs. There's it goes from Avenged Sevenfold actually.
Mhm.
One song that they have at this
Which
tempo.
one?
Um, hold on. It's not
160.
This Means War. It's from their album with the drummer with the Al J. Hail to the King. It's from Hail to the King.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Um,
I don't remember which one it is right now. I'm sorry.
Actually.
Yeah, but there's one from Avenged Sevenfold, and there are others from I think Asking Alexandria,
wow.
Paramore. There are like 4 of them. Yeah, there one from Shaka Punk. Do you know Shaka Punk?
No.
It's a French rock-ish
Mhm.
rock pop rock band, but they do a lot of different stuff. Yeah, I'll show you the playlist anyway.
Okay, thank you.
And I need to add a Leprous sound. I think Leprous also has a sound that I needed to add, but I forgot.
And also Stone Sour. Stone Sour has been
Oh, Stone Sour, yes.
yeah, has been a great influence to me.
Yeah.
I love Roy Mayorga's drumming; is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And also lately, I loved a lot Cellar Darling.
Okay.
We had the chance to play before them in festival, actually with Sleeping Romance in Mantova. That
Oh,
that was the occasion where we met your bandmates,
okay.
and
Yeah.
I discovered Cellar Darling in that very moment, and I really fell in love with their music. We
They're
had
good.
we had the chance to have as a guest here Hannah Murphy a few times
Yeah.
Yeah.
ago, and I told her that their music was really uh, cool and refreshing for me because
Yeah.
I really put it on repeat on my player.
Okay.
And that was really cool for me. I think that's it. These are my main inspiration. For the other guys, I know that the Julia's favorite band is Radiohead, and
Radiohead, right?
she's always inspired by them. And Fajo, our bass player, and let's say also producer, is a producer, and he literally listened to everything.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
He's constantly listening to different music to get inspiration from what's on air in the latest times, but also to something more classical and let's say historical.
Yeah,
And
that's the best.
that's really
Electronic
helpful.
stuff.
That's really helpful in the songwriting process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a lot of ideas during our rearrangements. And he helped me also when I had to write guitar riffs.
Yeah, he knows everything. He
Yeah.
just knows everything.
You can ask anything to him. You can ask anything.
Yeah, he's, let's say, he's our guide.
He's knowledgeable. He's the
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. Well, I see a question
Yep.
from Matthew. Yeah, a comment from Matthew. He says, I always
Yeah.
say categorizing bands is pointless.
Yeah,
This is why we have band names. Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
There are as
True.
many genres as there are bands. True.
absolutely.
Matthew, you're a
Yeah.
smart, smart man.
Oh,
Okay.
nice cap.
It
It's
was.
Dragon Trainer cap.
Huh?
The,
Can you see?
the
Can
cup,
you show me your mag? Your cap?
your
My
mug,
what?
your mug.
Your
My
cap?
mug.
Your mug? Your mug?
My
Yeah.
mug, yes. It's
Oh,
the
it's Dragon Trainer, right?
yes, it's how to train your
Oh yeah.
dragon.
Cool. That's cool.
I love this movie. Yeah, it's a movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love this
Animation
movie.
movie, right? Yeah.
This could be a nice, cool icebreaker about the next question, which is about hobbies and interest. Which are your hobbies and interests besides music? This is the most entertaining question, probably.
Yeah.
Well, we brushed it all already a little, but yeah, basically what I like to do is drawing, obviously.
Okay.
I like reading as well, or listening to audiobooks. Because when I draw, I always draw with something like audible. So I
Mhm.
like to put audiobooks. For example, these days I'm re-listening to the Harry Potter books.
Oh.
Um,
You're a
or
huge fan of Harry
oh, I
Potter.
am. I am. You have no idea. You have no idea. Like sometimes I just complete the sentences before they read it because I remember it so well that I just remember what the people are the people like the characters are gonna say, and yeah, it's very funny. Yeah, and I draw, and also I like to run. Actually, I run a lot, which doesn't make me a good runner. I just do it because I suck, and I think it's good sometimes to just go back to something you're not good at, but keep doing it anyway. Like because it still makes me feel good when I'm done doing it. I'm like, okay, you you had a hard time, but you still did it. Like good job. you know, and and that's just yeah I like doing it. I feel better afterwards, and it running helped me a lot through like tough times, and because I sucked, I decided to start doing it as a as an obsession, because one day I was just speaking to a friend. I was like, dude, how do you manage to run 10K? I barely do 5K without dying, and this was 2 years ago. And 1 week after I said this sentence, I decided to subscribe to a half marathon. That was 6 months later. Because I wanted to work for it. I just wanted to work for it, and I trapped myself into running, and I've never stopped ever since. So I go running from time to time. It makes me feel better. And yeah, aside from that, I like cooking, but it's really just a hobby. I do it from time to time. I like to imagine new ways of cooking stuff and baking. Uh, Watching movies, but that's pretty basic. I'd say, like, who doesn't like watching movies? But mainly, yeah, animated movies. I love animated movies, like, yeah, Training How to Train a Dragon, Shrek, um, yeah, this kind of humorous animated movies.
Okay, okay. Did you ever run a marathon?
A what? Sorry?
A marathon? Did you ever run an entire marathon?
No, I don't think I don't think I could yet, because my muscles I think would give up before for the end of it, because I did the half marathon last March, so not last March, like the one before that.
Before? Okay.
Yes, because the last one I was supposed to do the one in March, but it got canceled literally the day before.
Okay.
So I was like, oh God. But I did the one before that, and I really thought, yeah, you're not ready yet for the full marathon.
Okay, okay. And about movies, name your favorite ones.
My favorite ones. I like the sagas, so I'd say Lord of the Rings. Um,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
I'm a big nerd on these things, to be honest. So yeah, Lord of the Rings or everything that has like, magic, fantastic stuff
Mhm.
in it. I love it.
Have you also read the book of The Lord of the Rings?
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, okay. So I guess you're also watching sagas and fantastic TV series on Netflix, aren't you?
Yes, not a lot, but I'm more of a, when I find something I like on Netflix, I will watch it and then rewatch it and then rewatch it. And I'm not in a period of my life where I have the time and I like to discover new stuff. So you can try me if you want. I may have watched it, I may have not, but try me.
No, I just was wondering because I don't know it's um, if it's. I would like to start The Witcher, but I don't know
I
how it
watched it.
is.
Oh,
I
Is,
watched it.
is it worth
I
it?
never watch it. No spoiler, please.
It's not worth it. Okay,
I
okay.
hated it, to be honest. Again, that's just me, and I'm sorry if I'm provoking the wrath of the people watching, but I didn't like it. But I know also that it's because they didn't, apparently, according to some people I know who also played the games and read the books,
Mhm.
they didn't make a nice rendition of the
Mhm.
original story. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's I thought were not well done.
Okay.
And yeah, like they marketed it, I'm in marketing, so I could notice that their marketing was top notch. They really promoted the series well, like it's the next Game of Thrones. But honestly,
Mhm.
when you come to see the movie, the series, it doesn't have the budget of a Game of Thrones. Or if they did, they put everything in, I don't know, in marketing, I'm guessing, to promote the movie instead of the actual like special effects, which can be super expensive. And I'm not saying I would do better, not at all. I'm just saying from my perspective, they over promoted it for what it is, and
Mhm.
it gave me the impression of an underproduced series instead of the
Mhm.
blockbuster they wanted it to be.
Okay. 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 Anything else that you liked in particular on Netflix?
On Netflix, I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh,
I'm a
really?
huge, I'm a huge Brooklyn Nine-Nine fan. I watch it on
Great
repeat.
series.
It's sorry.
It's a great series. I love a lot when I watch it.
Yeah, me too. I really, really love it. And the last season's not on Netflix, but I still found a way to watch it.
Mhm.
And yeah, aside from that, it's not Netflix. It's on Netflix, but it's not a Netflix series. Friends, obviously.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Sex Education as well. I think
Okay.
that's a Netflix series. Big Mouth. Uh,
Okay.
what else? Let me check my Netflix. I have my iPad right here. I'm gonna check it.
Okay.
Because this is like this is the prolongation of my hand. I never go
Okay.
anywhere without my iPad, and so I always have my series with me wherever I go. So just let me check. Da-da-da. I need to start the Queen's Gambit.
Oh,
I like playing chess actually, like myself. So yeah, I will probably start it soon. Oh,
So
Naruto, obviously. Naruto.
oh.
I watched Naruto. I don't know if yeah, you're Fede, you're a fan of mangas, right?
Right. I'm right. You're right. I like Naruto. I'm a huge fan of One Piece, but
Hmm.
I never watch or read One Piece manga since 2 years. So I don't know what's happened right now. What's happening right now? I have to.
I don't know. I'm not
Uh,
updated either. I know One Piece and I've watched. I didn't read, but I watched the anime. But
mhm.
I stopped a while ago, and I'm rewatching Naruto as well these days. And I
Mhm.
even made a cover song that I'm gonna release in a few days.
You told me, yeah.
um, I love the opening so much that I decided to make a vocal cover of one of them. It's really like super homemade, basic produced, but it's just for fun, and I'm gonna try to make a funny video to go with it. So
Good.
we'll see. Yeah. But yeah, aside from that, yeah, I watched other mangas
Mhm.
on Netflix.
Which
And
ones?
sorry,
Which ones?
Saiki Kusuo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what it is, but I never watched it.
Mm, It's yeah, it's super funny actually. It's like super chill. No like big fights like Dragon Ball Z and this
Hmm.
kind of stuff. It's super chill, and it's just funny. It's almost
Hmm.
like a shoujo, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it on Netflix. And then I have like some other stuff that I watch just from time to time. But yeah,
Mhm.
mainly I just like to put audiobooks and listen.
Okay, okay. You talked about Sega, so are you a fan also of Star Wars, or you are not in that stuff?
I watched the six sorry first movies. However
Hmm.
order you want to place them, like prequels and
Okay.
then
Yeah, it's a
uh,
mess.
yeah, it's a mess. So I watched them, and I can argue with you on some stuff and be like, no, this is what he didn't know. But that's it. I watched the new movies. I watched the first one with Ray,
Hmm.
and yeah, then it was the end of the movie, and she found Luke finally, and then that's it. Yeah, but aside from that, I'm not like a huge Star Wars fan.
Okay.
I say stuff like the Force is strong with that one. Um, or I talk like Yoda sometimes, but that's where it stops.
Hmm.
Okay. In the
Yeah.
meanwhile, I see that Gianni from Chile reached us and is approving your appreciation of
TV
sex education.
series.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sex Education is a
it's a
great
good
show.
TV series.
Yeah, I actually
Yeah.
got to meet Principal Goff. I think it's Goff. The principal of the director of the school.
Oh, really?
Groff, yes, Groff.
Growth.
He's the dad of Adam Groff. Because I was at a signing convention
Oh,
once to sign my manga, and I was a guest, and he happened to be a guest as well. But it was before Sex Education came out. But
oh,
I'm guessing they were about to start filming. But he had just starred in Rogue One, Star Wars, actually.
Yeah.
He had just starred in Rogue One, and he was sitting next to um, not Jorah Mormont, his dad in Game of Thrones, the Lord Commander when Jon Snow arrives in
Well,
the Night's Watch.
can
I never
I never
watched
Gior Mormont.
okay.
Yeah, I'm also a Game of Thrones fan, by the way, just so
never
you know.
watched it.
I never
Sorry.
watched the series. Sorry.
You
Well, it's
didn't watch
fine.
it.
It's okay.
You,
I'm a huge Game of Thrones nerd as well, so it had to happen. I had to talk about Game of Thrones, but um, yeah. So he was Principal Groff, the actor. He was with that dude from Game of Thrones as well. So I just went and talked to them because when you're a guest, you're like, hey, I'm like you guys. I can speak with you. I'm not scared. But actually, I was like this, so I was like, oh my god. And so I just started speaking to them, and actually the guy from Rogue One was super, super nice. And he asked me like what I was doing here, if I was just visiting. I told him no, I'm a guest as well. I'm signing my manga, and he was like, "Oh, really? Your manga? Oh, where are you? Where are you sitting? I'm gonna come and see you after we're done here and everything." And he just stepped by like I don't know, an hour or 2 hours later, just to check on my stuff, and he stayed, and we talked, and he's a super nice guy as well.
oh,
Oh,
great.
well, good,
Very nice dude.
great. Yeah.
So yeah, Sex Education, great, and the actors seem to be very good people as well. So
Awesome. I think I missed another question here for
Yeah,
Michael. Yeah.
yeah. Who says, do you also play some instruments?
um, the answer is yes if you just add the word try to play some instruments. I try to also play guitar.
Oh,
I try to also play the drums.
oh,
I used to try to play some piano, but you know, since I moved like 5 times in the last 5 years, I couldn't bring my
yeah,
piano with me everywhere, so
Of
I just
course.
stopped.
cool.
I stopped trying, but you know, um, you never know. Maybe I'll get back to it someday. But yes, I love playing drums. I'm really bad at it, but I really have fun at it. So I keep on trying.
Let's
um,
do it. It's worth it.
it's yeah, I know. It's really, you know, it's a great way to get your juice out and to get it all out. You know, it's really, really cool. So I love it. And yeah, I try to play guitar because it's my biggest regret not to keep on playing guitar because my dad wanted me to play guitar to begin with, but I was like, no, this is a boy's instrument, and I was 6 and I was stupid. So I quit the guitar and I shouldn't have. So I'm trying now to get back to it. I have my acoustic guitar over there. I just try to play from time to time, like to have some chords be put together and try to do something with it. Yeah, it's not always very conclusive, but I try.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
At least if you play more instruments than me, so for
Well, I
me,
try. I just try,
in my
really.
opinion,
Don't.
you're doing great. But,
Yeah, you know,
I think it could be also helpful for your songwriting, isn't it? Could
Well,
be
guitar
enough.
definitely, and the piano as well, because then you can have like the
yeah,
chords and
and the
you can
melody at the same time.
exactly, and the melody, and you know how it works better this way.
Mhm.
And you can try stuff, you know, at the same time because you can't sing 5 notes at the same time, right? But you can with the piano, so it helps. It does.
Oh, okay. Okay, I think we reached
We are coming to an end.
the
Yeah,
end of this awesome live chat.
yeah,
It lasted a long, actually. We
yeah.
talked a lot, but it was super awesome. We usually end this with a very special final speech from our guests. So the stage is yours. You can say whatever you want. So
Woo!
inspire us.
Inspire you. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna be very original here. I'm just gonna say to everybody who's watching us, including you guys, what I'm trying to say to tell myself to go through these weird times. So instead of just thinking it every day, I'm just gonna say it out loud here. Uh, these are tough times, and we know it, but my best advice for everybody here is when you go to sleep tonight, just think about one thing. Don't get upset over things you can't control, because it's not going to do any good. Just take whatever you can do and do it while you have this blessed time to do it now, because this might never happen again. Weirdly, I hope it never happens again, but it also shows that some stuff happen, and however safe we think we are in our situation, it's never the case. So just appreciate what you have and what you can control,
Mhm.
and don't get upset over what you can't control, and just open your arms to anything that happens to you, and just believe that it's for a reason and that it's leading somewhere. um if it's not where you want it to go, just believe that you can make the best out of it to make it your bitch, basically. And to make it your own decision, even though it's not what you thought it would be. Like, my last 5 years have been a complete um twingling intertwining of surprises that I never thought would lead me here whenever a new thing happened. But every time I realized that it got me actually closer to where I wanted to go. So just take whatever happens to you with a smile and open arm, and trust that it's for the best. And yeah, smile at it. And I'm convinced that it's the best way to react to what's happening, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
And one of the things is that one of the things that confirm what I'm thinking is that you guys just contacted me out of nowhere to ask me to join to this super great fun live. And thanks also for this. But yeah, it's the small things and the people that you meet every day without even expecting it or realizing it that will, make the big picture in the end. And this would never have happened, I'm guessing, if it was not for the lockdown, if it was not for the whole situation. And I can say this for so many things that happened to me in 2020. So I invite every person who's watching this right now to do this tonight before sleeping, and to really reflect on what happened that was good, and to welcome whatever's next with open arms, and to think, this is for the best. Let's make this my bitch, basically.
Awesome.
These are so wise words. Thank you so much. It's very good advice, and actually, that's what we wanted to share with our friends. Actually, we wanted to share good vibes, and that was really helpful from you. Really, thank you very much, Lina.
Thank you guys, and thank you for this as well. You're making this great vibe for everybody, and it's amazing. It's a lot of work as well, so thank you guys for doing this.
Yeah, we like it so much. We like all this live chat thing that we started almost as a joke in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started just to try, and we wanted to share this time with our friends, with our fans. We wanted to meet new people like you, like all the other guests, and that was really awesome. And it also helped us during these weird times. It was
Yeah,
tough also for us.
that it
As
did.
yeah, and it was a way to cope with this situation for everybody, for our friends, and also for us. And it was like staying on the same level with the people.
Yeah,
That's really helpful, and that's what.
it is. And the people watching also had some great questions, and they were super, like, they made this live live. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
thank you to everybody who asked questions. Like, thank you, Michael, thank you, Joe, thank you everybody else, Ibrahim as well. See, I remember your name. But yeah, thank you to everybody who was here. And really, I'm talking to every one of you personally when I say what I just said, the final speech part.
yeah,
Really
yeah.
reflect on it. I don't know your life. You have problems, and I'm guessing we all do, but just try to see the good, positive side of it, and use these little things, these lives together, to get out of it. Every little positive thing can make your day better, instead of just focusing on that thing you wanted that didn't happen. Just focus on the small positive stuff.
Mhm.
This good pasta that you had, this good poop that you had, I don't know, like anything good that you had and that you were lucky enough to do. Just sleeping on your own bed is
Yeah,
amazing. It's
yeah,
super
it's a
cold
lot.
outside. Some people don't even have their own bed, and I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
think it's time to realize that we have it good. We have it good, and of course it sucks what is happening, but just take the good stuff that you have, and I'm sure it's making it easier, at least.
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely.
This is so fluffy and nice, and we're lucky to have this to sleep on.
Yeah, yeah,
Some people
yeah.
don't have that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the point.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
So,
So,
thank you again very much for being with us.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you for participating
yeah.
to this live chat. Remember to set a reminder on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, so you won't miss our next live chats, and you we'll
You
have.
just reminded me of something. Sorry. Remember the 5th of November.
Me too.
What's that? I don't know.
November.
V for Vendetta.
Ah, okay, yeah. Great movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
one of my
Sorry.
favorite.
Because
Yeah,
you said
no.
remember to set a reminder. I was like, what the fuck? Did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Everything is written, so it's not a problem for me. And also, as well, if you want to talk with us, guys, join us on our official Telegram channel. So
Yeah.
we can have a channel to have a chat. Sorry, not chatting, chat together. And that's it. Remember also to follow our playlist in case you want to explore the sound of our guests. And
If you need more fresh
remember to check out. Remember to check out all the social media for Sleeping Romance and LINA, and also ABHCAN, and check everything out.
With your
So,
ears.
thanks. With our
Yeah.
ears, and with your eyes. So thanks again, people. See you on the next
you, guys.
live. Have an awesome day, an awesome evening, an awesome afternoon, wherever you are in the world.
Yeah.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye.
Stay
Bye,
metal.
guys.